You searched for how to update CRM deals using Zapier, and that is exactly what we are building right now. So open your browser, head to zapier.com, and sign in. I am going to do this on my account while you follow along. Once the dashboard loads, I want you to confirm your Trigger app and your CRM are already connected. If they are not, click My Apps in the left sidebar and link them. I always check that before I create a Zap, because nothing stalls a build faster than a connection error halfway through. Now click Create in the top left and choose Zaps. The editor opens with an empty trigger step. Click that trigger step. We need the app that kicks off the update. I am going to use Typeform because a new form submission is one of the most common triggers for this. Search for Typeform, select it, and pick the trigger event new entry. Connect your Typeform account if you have not already, then pick the form that contains the deal fields. Here is where people make the first mistake. Your form needs a field that uniquely identifies the deal. I always include a deal ID or the customer email. If the only identifier is a company name, you can easily update the wrong record later, so pick the right form. Once the sample data loads, we can look at the available fields. You will see things like name, email, maybe a custom field for deal stage or amount. I have a form that asks for the deal stage and a new close date. That is what we will use. Test the trigger now. Click Test Trigger. If it does not find a sample, submit a test entry on your form and test again. You should see a successful result with real data. I have an entry here for someone at outline.com, stage set to proposal sent. That is perfect. Next, we need to find the existing deal inside the CRM. Under the trigger, click the plus button and search for your CRM. I am using HubSpot. Choose Find Deal. If your CRM does not have a Find Deal action, search by the associated contact first and then pull the related deal, but HubSpot gives us the direct search. The most reliable field to search by is email. Map the email from your Typeform trigger to the email field in the Find Deal step. I do not use deal name, a slight typo, and the search returns nothing. Click Continue and test this step. Zapier should locate exactly one deal. When you see the deal ID and name appear, you know you have the right one. If you get no result, your trigger data probably does not match an existing deal. I would go back and make sure the email in your form is identical to what is in the CRM. Now we update the deal. Add another action, choose HubSpot again, and this time select Update Deal. In the Deal ID field, map the ID from the Find Deal step. That is non-negotiable. Miss this and the action fails. Now we map the new values. I only map fields I actually want to change. I map deal stage from my Typeform response, and I map close date from another form field. I never touch fields like deal owner or pipeline unless I have fresh data to push, because leaving them empty keeps the current value. Under each mapping there is a toggle that says map when blank. I leave that off. If you turn it on and your form field is empty, Zapier will overwrite your CRM with nothing, and I have lost good data that way. So double check that. Click Continue and test the step. Zapier pushes the update. Now I immediately open my CRM in another tab to verify. The deal should show the new stage, the new close date, and everything else untouched. That is the sign it worked. If something looks wrong, go back and adjust the mappings. Maybe you accidentally mapped the wrong field, or the form field name was misleading. Now we can add an optional step to notify the team. I always drop in a Slack notification so the sales manager knows a deal stage changed without having to refresh HubSpot. Click the plus icon after the update, choose Slack, and pick Send Channel Message. Connect your Slack account, pick the channel, and write a message that includes the deal name and new stage using the fields from your Find Deal and Update steps. Something like Deal Bud, Move to Bud. That takes 10 seconds and keeps everyone aligned. A filter is also worth adding if you only want to update when certain conditions are met. The brief mentions payment status or deal stage. I will add a filter by Zapier step right before the update. I drag it between the find and update. Click it and set a condition. Only continue if the deal stage from Typeform exists and is not empty. That stops the Zap from running if the form submitter left the stage blank and accidentally wiping data. Test the filter with the sample data to confirm it passes. Now step back and review the whole Zap. Check that the trigger pulls the right sample, the search finds one deal, only the intended fields get mapped, and the filter catches empty values. It takes a minute but saves hours of troubleshooting later. Give the Zap a clear descriptive name, something like Update HubSpot Deal from Typeform, not MyZap14. Then hit Publish. The automation is live. I still do one final real test. I submit a new Typeform entry, wait for the Zap to process, then check the CRM deal. The updated fields are there. I also check Zap history to confirm it ran without errors. That is your end-to-end confirmation. Now, a couple of things that will matter right after this. If your search ever returns more than one deal, say you have two deals with the same email, Zapier uses the first one. That can be dangerous. The fix is to add a filter that checks the number of search results, or to include more qualifiers like pipeline stage or contact, but no, it defaults to the first match. Also, monitor your task usage. A search action plus an update action plus a Slack message means 3 tasks every time the Zap runs. On a limited plan, high-volume forms can eat your allowance fast. You can see this number in the Settings or Usage tab. And one setting I change immediately. Inside the Find Deal step, I make sure Create If Not Found is off. I do not want the Zap to create a new deal when it cannot find an existing one. That is a different workflow. Leave it off unless you genuinely want that. If this walkthrough saved you time, hit like. It makes a real difference. Subscribe for more direct screen recordings without fluff, and leave a comment saying this was helpful. Comments are what push these to other people searching for the same thing.